Once you go, you want to just start by saying anything, or I'm sure you've already been talking to your group.
Well, I mean, these guys know. I mean, you've been part of my life since I think it was '97 that I was introduced to Grant Cardone, and it changed my life. And for the next, I've been in the car business 26 years, and I owe you a lot of my success, and I look forward to the next 10 years.
Oh, I appreciate you. That's so kind that you say that. And hey, I really appreciate each of you taking some time this morning to spend a moment with me, and I hope this can be beneficial to you the day after St. Pat's Day. I hope you didn't have too much green liquid last night. How many of you dropped the dye? How many of you dropped the green dye into it? So, David, what are some of the things? David, you want to see hit on here?
I think what's going to be very helpful for these guys is if we talk about leveraging A-Cubed attitude, approach, and action with Cardone on demand. And then they've got a real knack for the closes and that closing material. So if we can talk a little bit also about sort of how to perceive an objection, what an objection really is, that it's closing as a service, and that first and foremost, let's treat it like a complaint.
Hey, Grant, okay, good. Just I want to tell you, we use the 15-minute price guarantee as our advertising. We use the welcome brochures, our exit packet. We have a scripted greeting. We're a Cardone store to 100%. So
you do the 15-minute price guarantee, and what else?
Price payment has to be in a trade 15 minutes, no obligation. That is our, how should I say? That is our meat and potato when it comes to our advertising, and then we have price points that go in and out of that. But we're hitting the TV, radio with that, and like I said, we're a Cardone store.
Right. Okay. So look, I appreciate your time this morning. The issue now is going to be how excited you guys are to bring it every day, because technology and techniques and Facebook and Twitter and whatever the next piece of technology is, it doesn't matter if there's not a heart beating behind it. There's got to be a heart beating behind it. I can't just have a body. I mean, guys just kind of lumbering through life, and there's no heart, there's no passion, there's no excitement. You can see it on the guy. So when this meeting's over with, I just want to give you a challenge. I want you just to go outside, or maybe in your dealership, and walk around and find somebody where there's no heart. You can tell he's just doing his job. He shows up every day, good, loyal guy. There's hundreds of millions of people like this in this country that go to work every day. Show up every day, think they're doing their job. They are doing their job, dude. They're doing exactly what they have to do, and that's it. There's no heart. There's no pump. There's no attitude. There's no excitement. Maybe you're thinking of somebody right now.
Our service department.
Service department.
And look, they're not going to wake up until somebody brings it to their attention and says, "Hey, wake up, man! It's time to wake up. It's time to get excited." So, I leave this thing in the background here called the 10X rule. That's to keep me excited. Like, where am I going? I have these bands on my wrist. People are like, why are you wearing them? Okay? Success is your duty and obligation, because they're reminders to me. I'm trying to push through. I had the same exact problems that everybody in this room has. Sunday nights, I'm wondering, what am I going to do this week? Who do I need to call? How do I start the week off right? I know I got problems here or there. I got this situation I got going on I got to handle. Sometimes it's overwhelming. And then I remind myself, hey, man, look, quit worrying about the little stuff. Focus on where you're going. Focus on what you got to do. And I get down to those things that are important. I got to have a great attitude. I got to have David, let me ask you, what image do you want when you're recording this for the guys? Or does it matter?
I got you right now.
Okay. I mean, you don't care, right?
No, we're good.
Okay. So, one, do I have the right attitude? David was talking about that with A-Cubed. Do I have the right attitude? Do you have the right attitude every day? Am I excited, pumped up? Because look, if you were excited on Saturday and you had a good day, that means nothing on Monday morning. Y'all agree with that?
Yes.
If I have a good attitude the first 3 or 4 hours of Monday, it doesn't matter at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. This afternoon, you guys are going to have to regroup and refigure out, hey, if you lost 2 deals this morning, You're going to have to do something this afternoon. That's why Cardone On Demand is so valuable. Split up your segments. Don't watch them all in the morning. Watch 2 or 3 in the morning, and then watch 2 or 3 in the afternoon. The only day you're not going to have time to watch them, man, is when you're doing 4 or 5 cars in a day. If you're only doing 2 cars a day, you're only selling 2 cars a day, you got time for 3 in the morning and 3 in the afternoon. Even if you're doing deals and you got appointments, those little quick fixes that are 15 seconds, those things are so quick and so fast. You could even do those in between just to keep you, not your attitude right, but your approach. Because if you got a great attitude, and maybe you got a great attitude, and maybe you've had 3 or 4 days of a run where you're selling every day, you're closing deals, things are working out, but all of a sudden something falls out. All of a sudden, hey, something happened. Your attitude's still good, but something's missing. How many of you had that experience before?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, you're just not closing deals anymore. The last 3 days, everything you touch closed, and now, oops, the first one didn't close. Then the second one. Then the third one. The first 3, you just said, oh, wow, the guy had bad credit. He was upside down. The third guy couldn't make a decision. Yep, you see, it's starting to happen now. Something happened. You lost something. Your greetings in, great. You're landing people on the right car and you're doing a great demo, great. But you know what? One little thing happened. You quit writing people up. Or maybe you were writing people up, but you're not asking them to buy. You're not saying, hey, let's do this. Let's roll. Let's go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
See, if that drops out, everything else could have been perfect, but that one thing that said, hey, let's do it. So by staying in touch with the videos each day and then splitting the day up and doing 2 or 3 in the morning and 2 or 3 in the afternoon, you're going to be reminded of those pieces that might get dropped out. So first attitude, then approach, right approach, perfect approach every day with every customer. And the last thing is, how much action are you taking? Because look, you could be a Cardone store and just not take action. I got stores like that, man. I got stores, I'm embarrassed to have my name on it because I cannot get the store to take action. The salespeople and the managers think people and the managers think the customers are supposed to come to you. You know, when I take a phone up, I'm not thinking about the customer coming to me. I'm thinking about how do I get in a car and go to him, or how do I get on a plane and fly to them? What do I got to do to get in front of this guy? I asked David the other day, David, how many people have you gone to in the last 10 days? How many people have you gone to in the last 10 days? Raise your hand if you've gone to somebody in the last 10 days. You took a phone call, somebody you didn't know, you got in your car and you drove to them. Let me just see a hand.
No hands raised.
Dude, that's a shame, bro. That is sad. What you thinking about, man? Is that what you would teach your kids? How many of you got kids? Let me see a hand if you got kids. Okay, good. Would you teach your kid, okay, here's the deal about life, young man. What you do is you sit in one place and you wait for shit to come to you. No, man, you got to go to it. Look, the money's not in this office right now. The money is outside your dealership. There's more money outside your dealership than there will ever be inside of it. There's more money driving around your store than will ever drive onto your store. The man calls on the phone, hey, I'm interested in a car. The first thing you should be thinking about is going to him, not him coming to you. You guys got it backwards. But that's the problem with car dealerships. For years, they've relied on a location. Come to me. Okay, you got it backwards, folks. I want to go to them. I don't want that guy driving by dealerships. I don't want him thinking he's going to your store and then pulls into another store because he's confused. How many of you had a customer like that before? How many of you had a customer driving to your dealership and thought they were somewhere else? How many of you sold that guy? Guy bought a car, didn't realize he was in the wrong place until he had his third payment. Oh my God, I bought the wrong car. He looked at the contracts. He's got 79 months left on the contract. See what I'm saying, man? You got to take any kind of luck out of the deal. I want to remove luck from the deal. The harder I work, the more places I am, the more places I go, the more people I talk to, the luckier I get. I get lucky. I want to cover the market up. That's why I like an octopus. I like an octopus because an octopus covers things up, holds on for dear life, and if you threaten it, it's going to spray ink at you to blind you. That's what a good salesperson does. Ink, baby, ink. Always asking for ink. So look, what is that about? That's about your right attitude, about the right action, and the right attitude, the right approach, and taking the high levels of action, much more action than you're taking right now. And that's going to change how effective each of you are. It's going to change the size of your paychecks. Look, if you got kids, you need to be waking up every morning concerned about how you're going to take care of them. I know the economy appears to be improving. Everybody, there's good news. The stock market's up. Automobiles are being sold. You guys are doing a great job. But keep it real. Okay? Keep it real. Could something happen that would pull the bottom out from underneath your finances right now? Are you guys all set so well that you're not concerned anymore? Dude, I'm not. I wake up every day, I'm scared. I'm telling you, every day. My wife's like, you're always scared. We got it so good. I'm like, how do I know if that's going to last? How do I know if there's not a piece of technology that's going to replace Cardone On Demand, which is one of our major sources of revenue? How do I know I'm not going to get hurt and not be able to take care of my two little girls because I can't go out on the road or I can't push and shove? You know, how do I know? You know, I got all this stuff in the works. I think everything's going to work out, but it doesn't always work out. So I got 2 kids and I got a wife. And I got me. And I got to take care of me, my wife, and those 2 kids. I don't think the government can do it. They can't even take care of themselves, man. They close their own freaking house to the public because they can't pay for it. Okay? I'm not going to rely on Medicare and Social Security. How many of you in the room believe those programs are broken and may not be around when you grow up, when you're 60? Dude, those programs are busted now. They're busted now, but they won't tell you they're busted because if they did, there'd be a revolution in this country. Okay? Democrats and Republicans would revolt if they told you the truth. That's why neither side will tell you the truth. This is not a political agenda I have here. I'm just telling you, regardless of your color, your religion, or what you do for a living, the economy doesn't care. When it goes bad, it don't care what you believe in. It doesn't care how many kids you have. It doesn't care how faithful you are. It doesn't care how often you pray. When the economy turns, all it cares about this. How much money do you have? How long can that money last? How much are your expenses? How much debt you got? And if those things aren't in the right place, okay, it will just take you and drag you back and forth across the most painful, and you and your kids, it doesn't care. It doesn't care if your kids need tennis shoes. It doesn't care if your kid's sick and in the hospital. It don't care. That's how an economy is. It's brutal. So what I would tell you guys to do is this, man, you got to have a why. What is your why? Why are you going to work every day? Why are you going to ask a guy, let's do this? Why are you willing to press and get in somebody's face? You know, I know why I am. I want to take care of those 2 little girls and my wife and myself and my company, okay? I want to make sure I can handle whatever comes my way. It's my duty. It's my duty. It's my obligation. It's my responsibility. So when I hear a customer object, when I hear a guy say, oh, the payments are too high, I'm like, come on, man. Are you for real? Let's do this. See, I'm not giving him a lower payment. I don't need to solve his payment problem. His payments are too high on my card because his payments on his other stuff is too high. This car is a good deal. The car, its sticker is a good deal. How many agree with that?
Yes.
Okay. He gets a $32,000 car. He keeps it for 5 years. I spend my commission this weekend. Its sticker, it's a great deal. Let's do this. Me dropping the payments $20 doesn't change anything. If they're too high at $400, they're too high at $380. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man. Come on. I can get a better deal down the street. Not on this car and not with me. Let's do this. Okay? But you got to be strong to do that, folks. You can't be strong one day of the week. You got to be strong every day with every customer. You got to be completely confident. So if you've seen my videos, every one of those videos, if you've watched them 10 times and you can't do this, you haven't seen those videos enough. Okay? Repetition. Repetition is the teacher. It is repetition. It is when you are sick of me. You have not seen it enough. It is the moment when you're able to get beyond being sick of me, beyond saying, oh, I've seen this before. You should be at the place where you're like, okay, now, not only can you listen to what I'm saying, but you're like, oh, wow, man, now I understand. When he did that, he's setting up to go here, 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 or here. See, if you're not there yet, and you're just like, oh, I'm sick of listening to Grant Cardone videos, or you're turning them on and you're kind of walking off, or you're turning them on and you're checking out, it's because you don't know the material. It's not because you watched it too many times. Because when you start watching it enough, you're going to be able to start figuring out why I'm doing what I'm doing. You should know what the next video is before it plays. You should know the content, the test questions. So that's my pitch today. You got to have great attitude. Everybody knows that. There's nobody who doesn't know that. Even the guy in the service department knows he needs to have a good attitude. He just quit having one about 25 years ago. He doesn't even know why he quit having a good one. Maybe he was brought up by parents that had bad attitudes. Maybe his dad was stuck in a job he didn't like. I don't know. Don't matter, man. You know what matters? Is your attitude good?
Yes.
You know, are you going to see customers? Look, if you're not leaving your dealership every day, you don't have a good attitude. You got an entitlement attitude. Oh, the customer should come to me. Why, man? Why would you do that? You're not a restaurant. You're serving your cars have wheels. Go to them, man. Make it easy on them. They got a trade-in? Y'all use trade-in marketplace?
Yes.
Y'all use Auto Trader's trade-in marketplace?
We use First Look. I mean, is that what you meant?
Okay. Well, Auto Trader has what's called trade-in marketplace, where your customer's gonna, and they're gonna be promoting this really hard, where your customer can actually get a trade-in, a check for the car before they come here. It's a backstop for you. It's a backstop for you, Michael, so that trade-in marketplace says, look, we'll pay $10,500 for this car. You're going to pay $11,000 for it, but there's your backstop. So this guy's already got a check. I mean, you got buyers going to trade-in marketplace right now at Auto Trader. They're pushing it hard to say, hey, we'll give you, and the customer should know what their car's worth. How many of them know what their car's worth by the time they get to your store?
They got a good idea.
They think they do.
They think they do. Exactly. They think they do. How many of them already went to their credit union because their credit union's got an app to figure out what the payments are going to be? Dude, they don't need you anymore. Your finance manager sits in an office. Man, get out of the office, bro. Get a little sun, bro. It's outside. Mix it up. Okay? You don't need a desk anymore. None of you need a desk. You know, the used car manager needs to get up. Look, man, your dealership's got to move, okay? It's got to go to the people. You understand? Every position is at risk right now. Every position in your store, including the store. I would never go to a car dealership. I don't understand why anybody goes to them. All my information's right here. I barely need you. So how do you make yourself needable? How do you make yourself valuable? come to me. Take me out of the game. Mr. Cardone, we want to handle everything for you. Let me come out to your car. I'll find out what your car's worth. Well, man, I already know what my car's worth. I was at Auto Trader. They're going to give me $10,500 for the car. Great. Let me come out, get your car physically appraised, and let me see if I can get you more money for it. While I do that, I'll show you a car I have that I think you're going to love. If the car's wrong, no problem. We'll buy your car. You go buy whatever you want. While I'm out there, I'll give you payments, down payments, figures. I'll show you a purchase, a lease. I tell you what, let me text it all to you right now while I'm at this. Let me just text it to you. Why do I want to text it to him?
He has it. He can access it anytime.
Say again?
So he has your number.
Yeah, I want his cell number. That's why I want to text him. I don't. This is the only thing I want to do. I want to text everybody the information. Hey man, I'm gonna be there in 15 minutes. Let me text you the information. All that data is in the phone material. Those phone scripts, you should print out those phone scripts today. They are freaking lethal. I don't want a home phone number. I don't want an office phone number. I don't want an email address. I want this. So I'm like, what am I going to text him? Your information overload. Michael, exactly what we've been teaching your store for years, we want to now make that mobile. I want to get it to the customer without the customer having to come to us. I want to put your dealership on wheels. Remote it to them. Take time out of the equation. Okay, what have you heard today that you like?
Oh, go to the customer. Go to the customer.
Attitude, being mobile.
All right, go to them, bro. I want to take time out of the equation. I want to take time out of the equation. I want to go out where the money is. There's no money in your dealership. Money's coming to you. You're having to wait. Waiting is a victim's position. Waiting is for victims. Would you teach your kids to wait?
Yeah.
No, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, look, I'm going to tell you a little story and then we're going to finish off. I'm on this plane. We're coming from South America. And my little kid, do y'all know this story about the Cookie Monster?
No.
My little kid, my daughter, we're in the first two seats in the plane. And my daughter's like, I want a cookie, Papa. I said, baby, I ain't got any cookies. Do I look like the Cookie Monster to you? I do not have any cookies, but somebody on this plane's got some cookies. There's a bunch of strangers on this plane. Go work them. See, I teach my kids to talk to strangers. I let everybody else's parent teach their kids that strangers are dangerous and you shouldn't talk to them. I don't know what you think the best message is, but I know this. My future is in the hands of strangers. Every cookie I want, some strangers got. The money I've dreamed of in my life is in the hands and bank accounts of strangers. So I told my daughter, I said, you go find cookies. There's somebody on this flight that's got a cookie. Start with the flight attendant. She walks up to the flight attendant. She's 3 years old. Hey, mister, you got some cookies? He's like, no, I don't, baby. And she says, check. Because she's a closer. He said, check. Could you use that in a close?
Yeah, absolutely.
I need to talk with my wife. Check with her now. I can't make the payments. Do it anyway. That's a check closed. Do it anyway. The guy says, what? My little daughter says, check, mister. He goes and finds some cookies. She comes back elated, just excited. Papa, I got some cookies. Can I eat them? Because she knows she has to ask for permission. I said, baby, if you can get them, you can eat them. So look, folks, look, if you can get the money, you can keep the money, at least for a little while, right? But you got to go get it, okay? People are uncertain. People are scared. Your customers are uncertain. They're scared. You got this event that happened in Cyprus this morning. I don't even can't completely understand what's going on with this deal, but it causes people to be uncertain, and when they're uncertain, they don't make decisions until they meet someone that is
Certain.
okay? The only way you're going to get certain is by training every day. 3 segments in the morning, 3 in the afternoon, do the quick fixes in between, and keep training until you're like, dude, I make so much money. Like, you're the top 1% of all the salespeople in the country. Forget your state. All right?
All right.
Michael, you good? Thank you for your time. Hey, if you're not following me on Twitter, I'm at Grant Cardone. Okay. Also, we came out with an app this weekend. How many of you have my Close the Sale app? How many of you have that app? It's a $30 app. You paid $30 for it, didn't you, sir? We have it to $4.95 on the iTunes and the Android Play Store. It's $4.95. Okay. It was released for a limited time only for our clients. And people that have been following me on Twitter and Facebook, we released it at $4.95. It was #2 app download on iTunes this weekend. $4.95. You'll have 225 closes, and every objection you ever hear will be sitting on your telephone, whether you got a Google product, everything but Blackberries. We can't figure out the Blackberry. Anything I can do to help you. If you want more followers on Twitter, just go in and say, hey, I spent some time with Grant today at Grant Cardone on Twitter, and I'll see what I can do to get you some followers. Thanks a lot for your time today. Have a great day and a great week. Okay, Michael, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Grant.
Grant.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
See you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.